How are we doing, guys? And welcome back to the Yellow Stripe syllabus. This time looking at the L stance knife hand side strike. Here it is. Okay, so this is potentially your first L stance movement. So let's go through L stance. Initially, we say to beginners, make an L shape with your feet. So 1 foot points forward, 1 foot points to the side. But there's a bit more to it than that. Both feet should turn in slightly. We say about 15 degrees. Your feet should be lined up so that if you drag your front foot back, the inside of your big toe should brush past the back of the heel of your back foot. So make sure your stance is not too narrow. It's very common for students to have it lined up so that the front foot is in line with the inside of the heel rather than the outside of the heel. Therefore, their stance will be too narrow and they have no balance. The weight distribution for an L stance is 70-30. So where with walking stance, we've been equally balanced on both feet, 50-50. We've now got more of our weight on our back leg. One of the reasons for this is to allow us to use the front leg for a kick without changing position. So you can check to see if your weight distribution is correct by seeing if you can do a side front snap kick without having to transfer your weight. Now, although you'll bend your back knee more, you do still bend your front knee. So make sure you don't lock your front knee out. This is a common beginner mistake. Both knees should be pushed outwards so that you're opening your hips, and you should be driving your weight through the outsides of your heels. So squeezing inwards slightly to the floor. This should create tension in your quads and it should create a strong, stable stance. Now for the knife hand strike itself, we're going to cross our hands with our striking hand on top, back to back. So much like we do for the high block, except the hand is slightly more open. We then rotate the hand into position as we finish, creating that Girugi effect. So again, with any knife hand, either block or strike, striking with this side of the hand, imagine you have a pencil or a pen here and you have to clamp it. That way it creates tension in your palm. So there should be a slight gap. It's not straight and pulled in like this, and it's definitely not out to the side like this. We're going to cross our hands nice and high, and we're going to cross our hands nice and far out so that we're turning our body into the movement. Be careful not to cross your hands near where the strike finishes. Otherwise, there's just no range on the movement and it's impossible to get power. More distance combined with more speed equals more power. We're going to finish in a half facing position, so shoulders slightly off center, roughly 45 degrees. So a common beginner mistake is to finish side facing in this position. You'll find if you're side facing that you won't be able to bring your hand much past the target. Therefore, you can't create power. You should be able to comfortably come through the target because of your half facing position. We're going to finish roughly shoulder height with this. Again, keep the arm visibly straight, but just make sure you're not locking the elbow joint. Okay, and that's it for the L stance knife hand side strike. Awesome job, guys, and see you in the next video.